Hi everyone, my name is Maxine Zaidman and I'm an Associate Director with JBA Consulting. Thanks very much for letting me talk about my career to you. I'm a Fellow of CIWEM and I have the registrations CIWEM and also Chartered Environmentalist as well. So in terms of my academic background, I have a BSc in Environmental Sciences from Lancaster University, and I've also got a PhD in Earth Sciences, and that's from Leeds University. So I'm a hydrologist and I've worked in the industry for about 25 years. I started my working life at the Institute of Hydrology, which rebranded to the Centre for Ecology and Hydrology shortly after I joined, and I worked there on studies related to floods and droughts. And then after a few years, I came to JBA Consulting, and I've recently celebrated 20 years with JBA. So when anyone asks me what I do and what my role is, I always say I'm a hydrologist. But actually, my work covers what I like to call the 4 H's. That's hydrology, hydrometry, hydraulics and hydrogeology as well. And over the years, I've been involved in really a broad range of projects, covering projects for all sorts of clients, right from flood risk through to water resource management. So I've done all sorts really. Throughout my career, I've always been involved in professional societies, and that's really because they just bring so much benefit in terms of professional development. So there's a fantastic Yorkshire and Humber CIWEM group, for example, and through these groups you just get to meet such interesting people, and it's a great way of staying in the know about what's going on in the industry. And as well as CIWEM, I've been involved in quite a few other professional societies as well. In my case, being a hydrologist, I've also been involved with the British Hydrological Society and as chair of the Pennines Regional Group for a while with BHS. But in terms of CIWEM, I'm also on the Professional Standards Committee, and I'm a reviewer and assessor of applications for chartered membership of CIWEM as well. As a hydrologist, I've worked on all sorts of projects, right from cutting edge to the more bog standard style studies that are quite formulaic, and through that time I've delivered lots of training and worked on studies at a range of scales, from international studies to really detailed studies on one catchment. And I've always liked the variety and challenge of working across different parts of the industry. But over the last few years, the emphasis of my career has changed slightly. So because of all the mentoring and training I've done over the years and that I've been involved with, I now lead JBA's development and support function. And that essentially involves coordinating all the different approaches we have within the company for helping our workforce develop. So that includes things like planning our training and making sure people have got development frameworks to work towards, and also supporting people as they do apply and work towards membership of a professional society, including people who are working towards CIWEM. The thing that I really wish I had known at the beginning of my career is that it's not really so much about what you know, it's more about how you apply what you do know. In terms of what has helped me get to where I am today in my career, I would say that I do have a lot of drive, and I do like to put 100% into everything I do, no matter how important or how unimportant a task is. But I think one of my characteristics is that I'm always happy to take on challenges and push myself out of my comfort zone. And that probably explains why I've worked on such a wide range of projects, like getting involved in things I haven't done before and learning new things, because that's what drives me to learn and develop. In terms of what is my biggest career fail or flop, over the years I've done some really great work that I'm immensely proud of, but just like everyone else, my career has had its ups and downs, and I've certainly had quite a few bloopers along the way. I think the main thing is when you have something that doesn't go too well, it's just really to take it on the chin, learn from it, and see how you might do things differently next time. Nobody can be perfect all the time, and everybody has those periods where perhaps things don't go quite to plan, and it's how you get back on your feet after that, rather than perhaps concentrating too much on the flop. One valuable lesson that I've really learned in my career is that it's people that are everything. So you learn from people and people learn from you. So essentially everything is a collaboration, and it's really that good things can and do happen when you get capable and enthusiastic people coming together, and that's when people really deliver. So yeah, from my perspective, yeah, that's the most valuable lesson, really, just to appreciate, what it means when you have a good team around you and what that means in terms of project delivery. Okay, so how has my approach to challenges changed throughout my career? I would say, it's challenges that really keep me going every day. It's tackling a new problem that I actually find quite exciting, and I think your job would be boring if it had no challenges. So yeah, no one likes stress, but a good challenge is a good thing, I think. So my top 3 tips for career professionals are, first of all, to take advantage of all the professional development networks that are available to you, including those in your own company, as well as those offered through professional institutions like CIWEM. And I think getting involved in branches or regional groups is always a really good place to start. So my second tip is to really invest in your own learning and development, and you've got to drive your own learning and development forward. And that's partially thinking outside the box as well. So, for example, I've learned loads from others over the years, and I'd really recommend that you look out for a good role model or good role models within your organisation and really make an effort to learn from their attitudes and behaviours and see what you pick up. So that's another way of really enhancing and pushing forward your development. And my third tip is really to make sure that your technical skills don't get left behind in your rush to move up the career ladder. So, for example, being a manager isn't the be all and end all, and in fact, it's hard to be a credible manager sometimes if your technical skills are up to a level. So yeah, my third tip is to keep going on your technical skills, do progress your management and your other kind of softer skills, but yeah, don't let those technical skills fall behind. In terms of suggesting the types of CPD that an early professional might want to follow upon, I think there's just so much out there at the moment. So there's just huge amounts of good blogs and interesting reading and podcasts online that you can follow. If you're a member of LinkedIn, there's loads of interesting individuals and organisations that it's worth following on, and they often have really good articles that you can follow up with. Of course, professional societies like CIWEM also have very informed programmes of CPD throughout the year, and that could include training, or it could include lunchtime talks or evening talks and webinars, and they're a really good source of CPD. So there's lots of different opportunities for CPD outside the kind of normal formal training routes. In terms of mentoring and recommending it to early career professionals, I mean, that's a huge yes. So as you start your application to work towards CIWEM, it's really important to find a good mentor and to really establish a really good working relationship with them. Their insights into the application process and the competencies are really invaluable. And if there isn't anyone within your line management or your team or within your wider company that can help you with mentoring, you can approach CIWEM. They have a pool of mentors that are available to coach and mentor people. So yeah, mentoring is really essential, and it can cover not just your work towards CIWEM, but giving you confidence and pointing you in the right direction of the types of softer and technical skills that you'll need to develop as well to push your career forwards.